Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Knowlton Stadium in Winchester for the second season, starting out for Lynn Classical in their all-white, taking on the Winchester Sachems.
Back deep for the Rams.
Classical comes in, the number 5 seed at 5-2. Winchester's the number 4 seed at 6-1. That's how they get the home game. Winchester will kick it off at the 25-yard line.
On the carry for the Rams for the return.
Guerrera, Vega.
Richard Russo on the tackle for the Sachems.
Out across the 30-yard line. Out. Looks like they're going to put it at the 32.
The Rams are taking over on the 32-yard line.
So from the 32 is where the Rams will start as we're underway. They come right up to the line of scrimmage. Just so the quarterback, So in the backfield with him. 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. To give to So, he gets about a yard.
So on the carry for the Rams, brought down by Winchester's Tommy Dignan. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 8.
Actually, they gave him to the 34. They gave him 2. 2nd and 8. DeSona with the keep, gets ahead of steam up and gets it into Winchester territory. That's been a big weapon.
And that is good for a Rams first down.
First down of the ball game goes to the Rams. $19 yards and a first down.
So on the carry for the Rams.
So gets a couple.
Tommy Dignan on the tackle for Winchester. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 8.
2nd and 8 from the 45-yard line of Winchester. Opening drive of the ball game. And it's
on the carry for the Rams.
Gisono with the keep.
Charlie Ward on the tackle for Winchester. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Rams.
Got to the 39. Picked up 6. 3rd down and a couple. Not much there on that play.
So on the carry for the Rams. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Rams.
They put it right back at the 39 for no gain.
4th down and 3 for the Rams.
4th and a couple. Obviously, they'll go here. Same setup. 3 wideouts to the far side. Sequeira by himself to the near side. The quick out. Sequeira makes the catch down the sideline.
Gisano's pass is complete.
That'll be a first down.
To Sequeira, and that is good for a Rams first down.
So they convert. They get it down to the 26. They picked up 13. And they keep the drive alive. So with the carry, yeah, it's about 6.
Jack Meniger on the tackle for Winchester. 5-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd down for the Rams. 2nd down and 4.
He got to the 20, picked up 6. 2nd down and 4. The quick out. That get to Hill.
Casano's pass is complete to Hill.
Gets it to the 16. He picked up 4. Deshaun was 2 for 2 on the drive.
That's a first down for the Rams.
That gives them their 3rd first down on the drive. 1st and 10 from the 16. Moving the chains, using some clock on this opening drive. Quick out again to Hill. Inside the 10.
Hill again for the Rams. Second down and 2 for the Rams.
They put it at the 8. So 2nd down and 2. So with the carry, gets inside the 5, it'll be 1st and goal.
On the carry for the Rams.
They put it at the 3.
1st and goal for the Rams.
So with the carry, gets close but not in.
So on the carry, it's going to bring up 2nd down for the Rams.
They put the ball at the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. This will be the 12th play of the drive. They fill the backfield.
Winchester stops them on 3rd down.
They don't get in.
Manfred on the tackle for Winchester. Oh, good. Sorry, they got a touchdown. They faked me out.
They get in. They didn't give the signal very quickly. Gisono goes in from the 1. And Durant will try to make it 7.
The extra point.
No good.
No good.
So they go 68 yards in 12 plays. They converted once on 4th down. The officials faked everybody on that last one. They didn't give a signal. It looked like Winchester had held them, and it was going to be 3rd and goal. And then all of a sudden they came up with the sign, yes, he was in. So Gisono picks up 26 yards on the drive, completes 3 passes, 3 for 3 for 25 yards.
Durant set the kickoff for the Rams.
He picked up 4 first downs along the way.
Jacob Flores back deep for Winchester.
So now Klaska will kick it off and go on defense. At the 25,
Henry Croft on the return for the station.
down at about the 27, 28 yard line, or the 32 yard line. Those yard markers are very faint. So Winchester will start where Classville started at their own 32. There goes the spread with wideouts everywhere. Mirror images on offense. Straight ahead for a big gain. Still going. Tommy Degnan with a huge hole up the middle.
And that is good for a Station's first down. That will bring up 1st and goal for the Station.
All the way down to the Classical 9-yard line. 59 yards. Winchester looking to get back in it very quickly.
First down and 9.
First and goal from the 9. We'll be just about at the halfway mark of this period when they snap the ball. Coming to the left side, turning it up inside.
Touchdown, Winchester Stadium.
Getting in for the touchdown.
Jimmy Gibbons on the carry for Winchester.
Jimmy Gibbons. So they didn't waste any time. 68 yards in 2 plays. Classical did it in 12, 68. Winchester says, we'll see you out and we'll raise you.
The extra point is good.
Mario Calero
Winchester.
gives Winchester the lead, so it didn't take very long. They only needed 1 first down. That was the run by Gibbons. Or Degnan, excuse me, the quarterback. He just ran straight up the middle, 59 yards to the 9-yard line, and then it was Gibbons taking it in.
Kickoff for the Sachems. So and Hill back deep for the Rams.
So once again, Winchester will kick it off.
Penalty.
It goes out of bounds. Let's see what Classical does. They can have him kick again, or they can get the ball at the 35.
Winchester will move back 5 yards. Re-kick.
So they're going to have him kick it again. 4 seconds shy of the halfway mark in this first period. And we've already had 13 points scored. Glasgow grinded out 68 yards in 12 plays. Winchester did 68 yards in 2 plays. At the 35-yard line, coming to the near side, and giving Classical pretty good field position.
On the carry for the Rams.
Starting out, and it's Andy DeLeon. Classical will have very good field position at their 47-yard line. It'll be first and 10 from there. Now they put it at the 46.
Coleman Edwards on the tackle for the Sachems. On the carry for the
Solo
Rams.
with the carry, gets a few.
Degnan and Miniger on the tackle for Winchester. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Rams. Rams in a hurry offense.
They put it at the 48 for 2. They're quick
False
out,
start against the Rams.
and before they can do that, they're going to pick up 5 yards. They try to go quick, they try to go a little too quick. So the first penalty of the game goes to the Rams. Now they double the wideouts to either side.
Complete to Durant.
Caught by Durant for short yardage.
The tackle for Winchester, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 11 for the Rams.
They picked up 3 on the play. So they're back at the 46. It'll be 3rd down and 10. He's in the 3 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. Sono rolling to the near side, looking to throw. Throws it back to the far side. He had him wide open. He overthrew him. Everybody came to the near side. Durant was on the far side. He was all by himself. That would have been a big play for the Rams. And they wind up overthrowing him. And Classical will have to kick it away.
Durant is back deep to kick for the Rams. And John Close is back deep to receive the ball for Winchester.
So the first blink is Classical on offense as they turn the ball over. Winchester got aided by that penalty. Durant kicks it away. And they're going to mark it out
Sachens will take over the 29 line.
inside the 30. They mark it at the 29. So Winchester will have it for the second time. Classical couldn't make it 2 for 2. Offense scores. Winchester has a chance to make 2 for 2. Now they keep everybody in tight. Trying to come to the near side. Might have got a yard.
Jimmy Gibbons on the carry for Winchester.
They put it back at the 29, no gain.
DeLeon on the tackle for the Rams. 2nd down and 10 for the Sachems.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Sachems. Head coach for the Sachems is a name that people will certainly remember. Wally Dembowski. Very good player for Swampscott High School. Degnan with the carry.
Chalmers Degnan on the key.
Runs right into Paniaqua.
Beniqua on the tackle for the Rams.
They give him to the 36. They gave him a lot of yardage. They gave him 7. 3rd and 3 as they send 3 wideouts to the near side. We got a flag. It's going to be offside Classical, I think.
Encroachment against the Rams.
And that gives Winchester a 1st down.
That's good for a 1st down.
So Classical helps Winchester get a 1st down there. That's 2 big penalties against Classical, and both have hurt. So 1st and 10 from the 41. They let it fly long and deep, and a little too long and deep. That's their first pass attempt that goes incomplete. It'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Second possession for Winchester. They very quickly, 2 plays, went 68 yards. The extra point was good, and that's the difference. Winchester leading at 7-6. And they spread the wideouts, 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Gibbons in the backfield with Degnan. The carry.
Jimmy Gibbons on the carry.
Nice defense by Guerrero.
Tackle for the Rams.
They put it back at the line of scrimmage for no gain. 3rd and 10 from the 41. Three wideouts go to the far side this time. And actually 2 to the near side, so nobody in the backfield with Degnan. Dropping back, looking to throw. Caught, but not for a first down.
It's going to bring up 4th down and 4 for the Sachems.
Out to the 47. It looks like they're going to go. 4th and 4. Unless they're going to go with a long count to try and draw Classical offside. Now he's dropping back. He's going to punt the ball. And he takes a pretty good Winchester bounce, a very good Winchester bounce. And it's going to be down at the 15-yard line. So both teams get shut down on their second possession, have to make it look easy on the first one, especially Winchester with 2 plays. And if this is a running play for Classical, it could be the end of the first period. They have it at their own 15-yard line. Motion coming. They give it to the motion man. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Hill with the carry.
Loss of 2 yards on the play. 2nd down and 12 for the Rams.
So they lost 2 back to the 13-yard line. Gisono with the carry gets ahead of steam up. It's out to about the 18-yard line, out to about the 23-yard line. They need a couple. Gisono again will get the first down.
Gisono on the keeper for Lynn, and that is good for a Rams first down.
That should do it for the period. Also trying to go quickly.
That's the end of the first quarter.
They don't get the playoff. So he picked up 23 and 2 carries. Gets them out a little bit of difficulty. They're at the 13-yard line, 2nd and 12. He gets them another first down. Gisono's got 49 yards. Soul's got 17. And it's 7-6 Winchester. They're almost even. Winchester has 75 yards rushing. Classical has 70. Classical threw it a little bit more. They got 28 yards. 5 first downs for Classical on that, most of them on that long drive. Winchester only has 2, 1 by penalty, but they didn't have to go far. They only had to go from the 9-yard line after the 59-yard run by Degnan. So we'll start the second period, Winchester leading 7-6. So with the carry.
So on the carry for the Rams.
Gets to the 38.
Second down and 8 for the Rams.
Picks up 2. 2nd and 8 from there. Looking to throw, in trouble, not going to get it away. He's going to get buried back.
Tommy Degnan, among others, for the sack for Winchester.
They lost 7 on the play.
Third down and 14 for the Rams.
So it'll be 3rd and 15 from the 31-yard line. They send the 3 wideouts to the far side. Solo dropping back, looking to throw. Lets it fly long and deep. It's caught. Nice catch by Sequeira. Staying on his feet, still on his feet. They're pushing him forward near the 20-yard line. They finally push him back.
That's good for a Rams first down.
And they're in Winchester territory. At the 24. 45 yards on the pass play. Glasgow converts on 3rd and long.
So on the carry.
So is going to get back to the line of scrimmage. They gave him a yard.
Second down for the Rams.
So it'll be 2nd and 9 from the 23-yard line. They go deep.
Pass is incomplete. Hit the turf.
Glasgow thought they caught it. The officials get together and say, no, you didn't. Obviously in 4-down territory here, it's going to be 3rd and 9 for the Rams, trailing by a point. They do have a kicker in case they get close. Someone's going to take off and run with it. He gets inside the 15.
That is good for a Rams first down. Sam McDonald on that last tackle for the Sachems.
He picked up 9. They needed 9. That's another first down. He's over 50 yards rushing. 1st and 10 from the 14.
On the keeper and brought down by Winchester.
And not going very far there.
Second down and 11.
No gain on the play. Back at the 14-yard line, it'll be 2nd down and 10. Haskell, very quick. They don't waste much time. Hard for Winchester to make any substitutions if they'd like to. Fake the quick out, takes off and runs with it. Now throws, and it's picked off. He was running, he started, and Degnan picked it off. So Glasgow looked like they may have something going. Degnan picked it off. Gisono at the last minute. He was getting wrapped up. He tried to throw the ball, and he couldn't throw it as hard as he would like to because he was getting hit. Degnan picked it off, Winchester will have it at the 13-yard line. Ball went loose. Classical winds up with the football. So that we giveth and we taketh away. Orlando Concepcion Saldana and Andy De Leon were both around the football. So Classical right back in business. They'll have it at the 17-yard line. So 1st and 10 from there. Gisono off the right side. It's down to the 10, maybe inside the 10.
Second down and 3 for the Rams.
They put it just inside the 10 at the 9, so he picked up 8. So straight ahead, finds a hole and gets near the 5. They put it at the 6. He picked up 3.
1st and goal, Rams.
1st and goal from there. So again, inside the 5.
Can bring up 2nd down goal.
They put it at the 2. From the 2, 2nd and goal. Gisono with the keep, straight ahead in the end zone for the touchdown. So let's see what they do here. I would think they would go for 2. They missed the extra point on the first one. And they are going to go for 2. Quick to the outside, incomplete. So they go 17 yards in 4 plays. Gisono and So alternating carries. Classical has 165 yards of offense and 8 first downs, and they're leading 12-7. And he'll kick it off again. Pretty good return across the 40-yard line out to the 45-yard line. This might be coming back. Pretty good return by Russo. But there's a flag. Flag is right at the 45. It'll be a hold against Winchester. The flag is right at the 45-yard line. official almost started to walk the other way. They'll move it back.
So Winchester will take over on the 35-yard line.
At the 35, it'll be 1st and 10. Motion. They fake. They throw it deep. Caught. Another big play.
He's down on the play.
Patrick Ross.
Pass is complete to Patrick Ross. That's going to bring up a 1st and goal for the Station.
And all of a sudden, from 1st and 10 at their 35, it's going to be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
It's a 58-yard reception for Patrick Ross.
So they went 59 yards with a run to get close. Now they go 58 yards in the air to get close. And they like to answer those classical touchdowns very quickly if they can. Gibbons walks in the end zone.
Jimmy Gibbons on the carry.
So it's another 2-play drive. They go over 100 yards. They fake, and they go for 2, and they get it. Chirignano.
Version is good.
That makes it 15-6. 15-12, excuse me. So every time Classical goes on a little bit of a drive, Winchester takes 2 plays. They get it right back. 2 mammoth plays. A 59 run by the quarterback, Degnan, set up the first one. And now Degnan goes 58 yards to Patrick Ross to get him close. On both instances, Gibbons ran it in. Getting to about the 40-yard line.
On the tackle for Winchester.
Guerrero with the return.
On the return for the Rams.
They'll mark it at the 40-yard line.
Win Classical will take over on the 40-yard line.
So Winchester doesn't take very much time answering Classical's touchdowns. Classical scores twice. Winchester goes 4 plays to get 2 touchdowns. Long range run, long range pass. And they're back on top by 3. Gisono with the keep, stays on his feet.
Gisono on the keeper for the Rams.
Out to about the 48. Second and 2 for the Rams.
Gisono's pass is complete.
Caught right in traffic at the 20-yard line. Another great catch by Shaquera.
First down, Rams.
They're back in Winchester territory at the 19. $33 yards and a first down. So Classical trying to answer right back.
So on the carry.
So with the carry, gets a couple.
On the tackle for Winchester. Second down and 8 for the Rams.
They give him 2. Second and 8.
Casano's pass is incomplete.
Incomplete.
Intended for Summers for the Rams.
Brandon Summers was the intended receiver inside the 5. So it'll be second and 10, or second and 8, or excuse me, third and 8 from the 17-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout, Winchester. This is the start of the new season. They played 7 regular season games to find their standings. Classical held their breath at the end. They were 4-2. Had they lost their last game, which of course they won, they'd have been 4-3. And that's why they were holding their breath, because 4-3 last year did not get them into the tournament. They were in that non-playoff berth. And of course, the loser of this one will go into that dreaded non-playoff berth and play anybody, anywhere, anytime. The winner will stay alive in the hunt to get to Gillette for the Super Bowl. Right now it's 15-12. Winchester on top. Extra points are the difference.
Fumble on the play.
The ball went to the ground. Classical got it back.
And recovers. 4th down and 9 for the Rams.
They lost a yard. So a big 4th down play here. And I think they're going to try a field goal.
Rams are trying an extra point. Field goal.
From the 25, it'll be a 35-yard attempt.
Timeout, Rams.
Classical going to take a timeout to talk about it. Well, we got a minute. I'd like to congratulate one of the young ladies of Link Classical, Rachel Brennan, outstanding track star. She earned NEC All Conference honors. Classical's gone over 200 yards, and they're trailing by 3. This could tie it up from the 25, a 35-yard attempt. Mr. Durant's a very good center fielder. It's down. The kick is long enough, and it's good. A 35-yard field goal.
For Durant. 15-15.
A little under 3 minutes left in this first half. Classical will kick it off again. So we're right back where we started, dead even. As Durant splits the uprights. Let's see what happens here. Each time Classical has scored, Winchester came very quickly back. So the defense for Classical has to go to work.
Serena set to kick off.
From the 15.
Henry Kraft on the return for the Sachins.
Pretty good return, shy of the 40-yard line.
From the 39-yard line.
Galizzi in on the stop. They mark it at the 38. So they've got one long run to set up a touchdown. They got one long pass to set up a touchdown. In between, Classical shut them down, but sweeping the left side is Gibbons.
Eric Chansey on the carry for Winchester, and that is good for a Sachins first down.
That was
Gelasso on the tackle for the Rams.
to the Classical 41. 21 yards and a first down. If it works left, run it right.
Jimmy Gibbons on the carry for Winchester, and that is good for another Sachins first
That'll be a
down.
first down. Winchester going quickly. Down to the 23, picked up 18. Back-to-back first downs. Degnan by himself in the backfield. Motion coming. Degnan keeps.
Tommy Degnan on the keeper for Winchester.
Gets down to about the
And that is
10.
good for another first down for the Sachins.
Back-to-back first downs. Down to the 10, he picked up 13. Actually put it at the 11. So he picked up 12. Gibbons off the left side,
Carry for Winchester.
inside the 10.
Timeout Winchester.
Winchester will take a timeout. They're trying to beat the clock here. They have a kicker as well if they need it. They put the ball
Second down and 8
at the
for
8.
Sachins.
So he picked up 8. Winchester's gone over 200 yards, so offense has been the name of the game here in the first half. We've had 30 points put up, but both teams have gone over 200 yards. (15-15) the score. Durant's 35-yard field goal knotted everything up. And here comes Winchester again, trying to very quickly answer the score by Classical. Classical went 60 yards in 5 plays. 33 of them picked up on that really nice catch off by Sequeira off the pass from Gisono. So here we go, 2nd and 2 from the 8. They give it to Gibbons.
Jansen the carry for Winchester.
Just about back to the line of scrimmage.
St. Hilaire on the tackle for the Rams.
They give me yards to the 7.
Timeout Winchester.
Just it takes another timeout. Time winding down. Trying to beat the clock and get the lead and get a lot of momentum because they get the ball to start the second half. Winchester looking for their 7th win. Glasgow looking for their 6th win. Both teams looking to get to the semifinals. This is actually the first round quarterfinal. 8 teams in each division. Glasgow could be looking at a possible game with Danvers if they could win. Danvers is the number 1 seed. Looking to throw into the end zone.
Pass is
Incomplete.
incomplete.
He had a man wide open.
Intended for Michael
Sirignano
Sardano.
was wide open.
That's going to pick up 4th down.
So here's the first mammoth play of the first half. They've got a kicker, but they're not going to use him.
Timeout on the field.
We got another timeout.
Win Glasgow. Big 4th down coming up for the Sachins right here.
Fourth down from the 7-yard line. Degnan in the backfield by himself. We know we can run the ball. He ran the first play of the game, 59 yards. Looking to throw. Lets it fly. It's caught
Touchdown Winchester.
into the end zone just barely. Henry Kraft. Glasgow was saying he didn't get in, but the ball crossed the plane. So they convert. And Ole Miss, the momentum, is now wearing red and black.
Calero to try the extra point.
Calero will look for his 2nd extra point.
The extra point is good.
He kicks it through. So once again, Glasgow scores, takes the lead. Winchester says we'll come right back. They've gone 68, 65, now 62. 62 in 7 plays. They've had the ball twice in the second period. They've scored twice. 3 out of 4 they've scored.
set to kick off for the Sachems. So and Hill back deep for the Rams.
So Winchester will kick it off as we're closing down. This first half has been back and forth. If you blink, you're going to miss scores. Both teams' fans have been up and down. Another pretty good return.
On the return.
That was DeLeon. Let's see where they're going to put the football. I think they're going to put it at the 40-yard line. Well, Classical has decent position to try and score, but they don't have a lot of time left. They double wideouts to either side. Deep downfield, incomplete. Looking for Summers.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for Summers.
It'll bring up a 2nd and 10. From the Ram 40-yard line, DeSono again looking to throw. Picked off by Winchester. Their second pick. And they return it. Still going into Classical territory.
And that'll end the first half, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the last play of the first half. As he returned it inside the 45 to the 43, so Winchester had a shot to go down and score again, but the clock runs out on him. So we had back and forth. Classical, each time Classical took the lead after the initial drive, Winchester kept coming back. Didn't take them long. 11 plays to score 3 touchdowns. Durant's 35-yard field goal tied it at 15. In the closing moments, Degnan completes a pass to Kraft, and that's where we are at halftime. 22-15, Winchester over Classical at halftime. So we're back to Knowlton Field for the second half. The first half, everybody certainly got their money's worth. Classical kept taking the lead. Winchester kept coming back. They finally scored with just about a minute left to take the lead, 22-15 at halftime, after Durant's 35-yard field goal had tied it up. And that momentum keeps going because Winchester will get the opening kickoff to start this second half. So 37 points scored in the first half. Classical turned it over down deep, but they got it back down deep, and that wound up with Durant's field goal. They turned it over at the end, but they were just desperate throwing the ball deep on the last play. Little onside kick. They have to let it go. It didn't get to the 50-yard line. Classical couldn't touch it.
Winchester ball. No, sorry, Lynn ball. He's pointing towards Winchester. Winchester ball.
There was a question. Classical couldn't touch the ball till it got to the 50-yard line, but Winchester might have touched it. It wound up going loose, and the official initially pointed to Winchester. Now he's pointing to Classical. Now Classical recovers it. So they finally get together. So they have it at their own 45-yard line. Winchester didn't have to touch it because the ball didn't get to the 50-yard line, but they did. They dropped it, and Classical came up with it. So Classical has a big opportunity here. Good field position at their own 45. Gisono with the carry. Gets just about to midfield, maybe inside Winchester territory.
Second down and 5 for the Rams.
They mark it at midfield. Second and 5 for the Rams.
Pass is incomplete.
Incomplete. The quick out looking for Sequeira. In that first half, Gisono ran for 61, Sol for 27. Sequeira had a big part in the scoring. He made 3 catches for 91 yards. So a big play coming up. 3rd and 5. Gisono with the keep. He's going to come up a little bit shy, and I bet Brian Vaughan's going to go for this. They gave him 3. They need 2. They're not going to get there. There was a little bit of a mix-up in the backfield. So wound up with it. They lose back to midfield. So Winchester will take over.
Winchester will take over on the 50-yard line.
So right now, Classical has 106 yards rushing, 106 yards passing for 212. Winchester has 217 with 146 of them on the ground. 71 of them picked up by the quarterback, Degnan, 59 of them on that first carry. Gibbons off the right side. Aiden Dow with the hit. They get to the Classical 40. Picked up 10. He goes over 50 yards rushing. Degnan with the keep.
Tommy Degnan on the keeper for Winchester, and that's going to be good for another Sachem's first down.
He takes it to the 40-yard line, a 30-yard line, excuse me. He picked up 10. Back-to-back first downs. Degnan with the keep again. And they're going to get another first down. Inside the 20 to the 19, he picked up 11. He's got 92 yards. He's closing in on 100, obviously.
Jimmy Gibbons on the carry for Winchester.
Gibbons. So the streak of 3 consecutive first downs ends on that play.
Shakira on the tackle for the Rams, and that's going to bring up second down and
They give him 2 to the 17-yard line. So second down and 8. Winchester trying to add to a 22-15 lead here in the third period. Degnan with the keep.
Tommy Degnan on the carry for Winchester.
He's faked it well.
That's going to bring up third down for the Sachems.
Down to the 11. He needs 2 for 100.
Third down and 2 for the Sachems.
Third and 2 from the 11-yard line. They turned the ball over on the onside kick. Classical recovering, but they shut Classical down. And they started it at midfield. Looking to add to their 7-point lead. They fill the backfield now with Degnan. He keeps it again.
And that is good for another Sachems first down.
Going to be first and goal.
First and goal, Sachems on the 5-yard.
At the 5, he picked up 6. That puts him over 100. Off the right side.
Derek Jancy on the carry for the Sachems.
Gianci gets it close.
Second down and goal for the Sachems.
He put it right back at the 5, so they didn't give him anything on that play. So second and goal. Let's see if Degnan keeps. That's been a big play on the drive. They hand it off, trying to turn the corner. Inside the 5, Gibbons.
Easy on the tackle for the Rams. That's going to bring up third and goal for the Sachems.
They put it at the 2. He picked up 3. Third and goal. Actually, I'm sorry, they put the ball at the 7. He lost 2. So they went backwards. Third and goal from there. If I was Classical, I'd be tackling Degnan on this play. Takes it off the right side, gets inside the 5. Galeazzi at the bottom of the pile. He got to the 3.
Fourth and goal for the Sachems. timeout, Winchester.
Winchester will take a timeout. They've used up a lot of clock. Just over 4 minutes left in this third period. Big fourth down play here. They forego a field goal. They got a kicker. Degnan gets hit, trying to go right side, and gets knocked down, and Classical holds. A lot of white jerseys going to that football. Well, Classical will take over. They're deep in their own end, but they'll take that as opposed to giving Winchester another score. He got it back to the 4. He lost a yard. The quick out, caught.
Pisano's pass is complete.
DeLeon with the catch.
DeLeon on the reception. Second down and 1 for the Rams.
Out to the 13, they picked up 9.
Pisano on the carry again for the Rams.
Chisono should have the first down.
Winchester's Charlie Ward.
He picked up 2. So first and 10 for the Rams from their 15.
So on the carry.
So gets out.
That's good for a Rams first down.
Out to the 25. He picked up 10 and another first down. Glasgow gets it out from the shadow of their goalpost anyway. Gisono gets loose, avoids a couple of tackles. Nice running job by Gisono. What a great year he's having. Gets it out to the 33. He picked up 8. Two quarterbacks putting on a show here. Looking deep. Another pick by Winchester. Patrick Ross picked it off. Well, Glasgow looked like they're moving a little bit. They'll have it at the 33-yard line of Winchester. So unfortunately, another turnover for the Rams. They only needed 2 yards on that play, but they try to go deep. And Ross picked it off. Degnan looking to go deep. He's got a man behind the defense. Incomplete. Threw it too far. He had Ross open. Second and 10 for the Sachem's. As we're winding down this third period. $37 points in the first half, no points here in the third period. Although Winchester got close, they got stopped inside the 5 on 4th down. Haskell quickly gave the ball back, and it'll be second and 10 here. And we got a whistle. Somebody up front move. It's going to cost Winchester 5. So it'll be second and 15. The quick out. Avoid one tackle. Kraft with the catch. They had him, couldn't bring him down. He winds up with a first down out to the 44. They needed 15, they got 16. And get to run some more clock. Shrink the game up a little bit, leading by 7. They double the wideouts to either side. Degnan with the keep. Tucks down and gets across the 45. So give him 2.
Second down and 8 for the Sachem's.
Clock running down here in this third period. Degnan with the keep. Avoids a couple of tackles. They had him in the backfield for a big loss. Instead, he picks up a first down at the Glasgow 45. He picked up 9. He's got 125 yards rushing. Must have started out pretty quick on that first play, 59-yard run to set up the first touchdown. I think we're going to maybe let the clock run out here. I thought they weren't going to line up. From the classical 45. Gibbons off the right side.
Galizzi on the tackle for the Rams.
Got to the 39, he picked up 6. That's going to be the last play. $209 yards rushing for Winchester. Two, 296 yards of offense with 17 first downs. $241 yards for classical. So both teams have put up numbers. Degnan has rushed for 125. Gibbons has rushed for 58. Gishono has rushed for 79. So has run for 37. And Sequeira has 3 catches for 91 yards. So we're down to the final 12 minutes to see who moves on to the semifinals of Division I in the north. Division III in the north. It's going to be 2nd and 4. For Winchester. Trying to straighten things out, put the ball down in the right place. Mistakes in the right place. They had them not in the right place. Officials straighten that out, and we'll get the football.
2nd down and 4.
2nd and 4. And he really didn't straighten it out because the ball was at the 41, and he moved it a little bit closer.
Gibbons on the carry. Concepcion Saldana on the tackle for the Rams.
They put it back at the 40. They started at the 44. They put the stake at the 42 and they changed around. Off the right side, falling forward, gets a first down.
Station's first down.
They gave him an extra yard to the 34, so he got 6 and a first down. He's over 60 yards rushing. Degnan leading away with 125. So first down from the 34. They let it fly deep,
This pass is incomplete.
too deep.
Intended for Brandon Levy.
Looking for Levy.
Second down and 10 for the Saints.
They were going for everything on that play. Right down the right corner. Levy had a little bit of a step, but he didn't have much room to stay in bounds. It'll be second and 10 from the 34. Ninth play of the drive coming up. So they've used up some time here. Early moments of the fourth period.
Timeout. Lynn Classical.
And Coach Vaughn saw something. He calls a timeout. So Degnan has done it all. He's thrown it when he's had to. Come out with a couple of big plays. Certainly on their first two drives.
We got it, thank you. 10:21.
He came up with a big 59-yard run on the first play of the game to set up the first touchdown and completed a big 58-yard pass play to Ross to set up the second touchdown. Both times Classical had taken the lead and gave it back on those two big plays. Durant's field goal tied it up, and then with time winding down in the half, the 7-yard pass play, or the 7-yard run, excuse me, by Degnan. After Degnan had combined with Kraft, 16 yards to get it close.
Second down and 10 for the Saints.
Gibbons ran in his second touchdown. So second and 10 from the 34. Gibbons starts to the left, finds a hole, gets on his feet. He's loose and he walks into the end zone. 34 yards.
That is a 34-yard touchdown run by
34 yards.
Gibbons.
He's closing in on 100 yards. He's got 92. And Calero will look for his third extra point. So all of a sudden it's a 2-score lead. And this one is no good.
Point was no good.
'71 yards in 9 plays. And Winchester pushes that to his 2-score lead. "19 first downs. They've gone over 300 yards, 325 yards of offense 238 of them on the ground. So Classical has a lot of work to do here.
Calero set to kick off for the Sachems.
Bobbled, goes to the ground. I think Classical fell on it.
Will take over on the 40-yard line. Golasso on the recovery for the Rams.
Golasso and Guerrero were the last two guys to get up. With that ball went to the ground. So Classical have it at their 40-yard line. They got to get a little giddy up in their step because they trail now by 2 scores. Sona with the quick out to Durant. Started up, drew the defense, and pitched it out to Durant.
Pisano's pass is complete to Durant, and that's good for a Rams first down.
They get right to midfield for 10 yards.
Pisano on the keeper, and that's good for a Rams first down.
Gisono gets inside the
Ball
40.
pulled down.
As they go very quickly, and they have to. They put it at the 37. He picked up 13. He's approaching 100 yards.
Pisano's pass is complete.
Complete to Sequeiro. To the 32. We picked up 5. Sequeiro is approaching 100 yards catching. He's got 4 catches for 96. 2nd and 5. Quick out again. That's going to put Sequeiro
Pass is complete to Sequeiro.
over 100 yards. First down to the 20. $108 yards and catches for Sequeira. At the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Gisona with the carry.
On the keeper. Michael Saragnano on the tackle for Winchester. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 3 for the Rams.
He picked up 13. That puts him over 100 yards.
Pisano on the
Now
keeper.
he adds to it again as he gets.
Tommy Degnan on the tackle for Winchester. That's good for a first down. 1st and goal for the Rams.
They'll put it at the 9. He picked up 4 and a first down. So off the right side.
Touchdown.
In for the touchdown. So Classical answers right back. The 4-yard run. 28-21. Durant will look for the extra point.
Extra point is good.
So Classical goes 60 yards in 7 plays. Durant's kick gets them back within a score, 28-22. Just over 8 minutes left, so plenty of time left. Classical goes over 300 yards. Almost dead even, 159 running, 152 passing. 311 yards. Winchester has 325. And Classical will kick it off. And I don't think you're going to see an onside kick here. There's too much time left. They got plenty of time. They need one score, so they answer back very quickly. 60 yards in 7 plays.
Offside, kickoff team.
And Classwell's offside. That was a 9-yard run by So. Oh, it's hard to pick up the markers with those faint. They got to paint them over here. Classical kicking from 5 yards further back now. A little pop-up short.
Jimmy Gibbons on the return.
Gibbons returns it shy of the 35-yard line.
Winchester takes over on the 35-yard line.
They're going to put it right at the 35. So Classical defense has to go to work and get the ball back for the offense. Can't let Winchester eat a lot of time. Just under 8 minutes left. The winner moves on. The loser goes to that dreaded non-playoff berth. Handoff off the left side.
Henry Kraft on the pass. That's good for about 5 yards.
Kraft with the run. Gets it to the 40, picked up 5. This is where that new rule comes into effect. You don't have 5 timeouts, you only have 3. Classical's taken at least 1. Three wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. I'd be shocked if they threw the ball.
Jimmy
Piled up
Gibbons on the carry.
right at the 40-yard line. They're going to give me a yard to the 41.
For the Rams. 3rd down and 4 for the Sachems. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
3rd and 4 from the 41. Public address announcer trying to get the fans to get behind the Sachems. The band's been playing through all of this, but give credit to the band. As they come to the line of scrimmage, either team snapping the ball, the band stops. That's a good job. Tegden with the keep. He's going to get a first down a little bit more out to midfield. He picked up 9 on a first down.
We have an injury timeout.
He goes over 130 yards rushing. As we had a classical player slow getting up, that's De Leon. Favoring that right ankle or right foot. Hopping over to the sideline. He's actually going to get some help. Let's hope that's not going to be too shabby. He's been a nice player for Classical. He's been a big part of their success. From midfield, 1st and 10. Winchester doing what they want to do, holding on to the ball, moving the chains, shrinking the game. Leading by 6. Gibbons, very short yardage. Sneaks it into Classical territory. Now they're not going to give it to him. They're going to give him no gain at all. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. Winchester taking as much time as they can between plays. Again, going straight into the teeth of that defense. They gave him 2 to the 48.
Big 3rd down coming up here right now, ladies and gentlemen.
3rd and 8. They've run a lot of time since Classical scored, but now they got to come up with a big play or give it back. And Classical has shown that they can go and score quickly. Gibbons cuts it up inside, gets inside the 45 to the 47. Or the 42, excuse me. He picked up 6. That puts him over 100 yards. And a big play here for both teams. 4th and 2. They'll give Classical very good field position. They go under center, and that might make the difference. Oh, they're going to take a timeout. I thought, no, there's a flag against Winchester, so that may make a difference between whether they go or kick.
4th down and 7 against.
So now it's going to be 4th and 7 from the 47-yard line. I don't think they want to give Classical this kind of field position. And they're going to kick it away. So Classical's defense, helped out by the penalty against Winchester, comes up. They're going to give their offense a chance.
Rams calls a timeout.
With a timeout on the field, white knuckle time here in Winchester. So Classell's going to get a shot. They're going to get the ball back.
Feeling so, Becky. Hill on the return. Cinderelli on the tackle for Winchester.
Classell got their work cut out for them. They have the ball at their 20-yard line. 80 yards away from a tying score, an extra point would give them the lead. Easier said than done. They've moved the ball well through the entire game. Now, this might be their last shot as we're winding down this fourth period. The quick out.
Lozano's pass is complete for Durant, and that's good for about a 2-yard gain. Second down and 8 for the Rams.
Out to the 22, they picked up 2. Second 8, Classical going very quickly.
So on the carry.
So gets 3.
Third down and 5 for the Rams.
Big third down play here, 3rd and 5. Sequeira's been the big target.
Pass is incomplete. That's going to bring up fourth down.
Incomplete, they look for him over on the sideline. And it brings up a 4th down.
Big fourth down play right here. Let's go.
Public announcer again. I didn't know that was his job, to incite the crowd. Classical is going to go. With time winding down, they can't afford to give the ball back to Winchester and let them run the clock out. So a very big play.
Lozano's pass is complete, and that is good for a Rams first down.
Summers with the catch. Big play by Classical. Big catch, big throw. That quiets the crowd down for a while. They get out to the 42. They picked up 17. So Classical's pulse gets a little stronger after they convert on 4th down from their 25. First and 10. Closing minutes of this ball game. Classical down 6.
We can't hear you. What's that?
Winchester's got 348 yards of offense. 2 100-yard rushes. Gibbons has rushed for 101. Degnan, the quarterback, has rushed for 134. Classical has a 100-yard rusher in Gisono with 109. And a 100-yard pass catcher in Sequeira with 5 catches for 108. They try to run it straight ahead. They get back to the line of scrimmage. Again, going very quickly.
For the Rams.
They're trying to beat the clock here.
Movement against the Rams.
And they went a little too quick, I think. It's against Classical. So it's going to be second down and 15. Back at the 37. They need a couple of very big plays. Casono dropping back. Intercepted again. At the 41.
Tommy Dignan on the interception for the Winchester station.
The quarterback Dignan, who's done it all, does it again. .333 yards of offense for the Rams. That usually would give them a win. Instead, they're down 6. And Winchester can run the clock out here. I think they're just going to take a knee. And this game is going to be over. Casono got Classical ahead with a 1-yard run. Degnan ran 59. Gibbons took it in from the 9, made it 7-6 with the kick. Casono gave Classical the lead back with a 2-yard run. Then a big 58-yard pass play from Degnan to Ross. Gibbons ran it in from the 7. They got a big 2-point conversion. Degnan to Sirigano. It was 15-12. Durant kicked a 35-yard field goal to make it 15-15. And a backbreaker, under a minute left in the half, a big 7-yard catch by Kraft from Degnan made it 22-15 at halftime. They came out, a big 34-yard run by Gibbons, got them a two-score lead, 28-15. Classical drove all the way down, so took it in from the 9, made it 28-22. Classical got the ball back, very little time left, and another pick, the third interception of the day for Winchester, and that marks the end of Classical's season in the playoffs. They'll now drop into the non-playoff version. Winchester will move on to the semifinals of the North. For Classical, Casono ran for 109, So ran for 49. Sequeira caught 5 passes for 108 yards. Casono passed for 171. On the other side, Degnan ran for 134. Gibbons ran for 101. They had 261 yards rushing. Gibbons scored 3. Degnan had that big run to set up one. He passed for another. Classical gave it all they had. They put over 300 yards of offense on the board. Coach Brian Vaughn should be very happy with the way his kids played. But the clock is going to run out on them in this playoff version. And they're going to be in the short end of a 28-22 score. Winchester will go to 7-1. Classical will go to 5-3. Winchester will move on to the semifinals, possibly against Danvers. Classical will look to see who they play, possibly a home game, hopefully, and he'll play somebody else from the non-playoff berth. But they still got a lot of football to play. They'd like to get 3 more wins and go 8-3 and have a very good season. But they'll start. They got 2 more games before they get to Thanksgiving against the major game of the season, English and Classical. But right now it's Winchester 28, Classical 22. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.